folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here, sorry about that, I didn't realize we were live. We're sitting here at the very, well actually we're just past the south end of the Las Vegas Strip here. Sitting at Windmill and Las Vegas Boulevard, about ready to start our Las Vegas Strip live drive here. And we'll get going here in just a moment. Let me see, title. I need to add a title here real quick. Okay. And there's that. And we'll set that right there and right there. Okay. Michael, right on. Thank you for being here, buddy. I'm actually not terribly far away. I'm Boulder Highway and, no wait, where am I? Blue Diamond and Las Vegas Boulevard out here. Just south of the Strip. I'm gonna start heading up that way in just a moment. Had to try and use the restroom at this 7-Eleven here, and the guy told me no public washroom. Tobin, welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy. Right on. Yeah. So no public washroom. I said, okay, well, I'll just you know, not buy gas from you then. And he's like, oh, you're gonna buy gas? I said, yes. He's like, okay, but just remember, no public washroom. I said, sure. Oh, life in Vegas. Gonna get going here in just a moment. I want to make sure that everyone is here. Well, not everyone, but at least enough folks so we don't miss anyone. So, been going back and forth with the insurance all week over that mess last week. That was a lot of fun. They wanted a statement from me, and then they got a statement from the other guy, and now they say they're determining liability. I'm like, how is this like a protracted event? And I sent them the video of the accident, him backing out right into me. And I said, how is this my fault? How could this possibly be my fault? Wow, 3:30. He was still out at 3:30? Wow. Wow. I didn't know he was out that late. Goodness. He's a party animal, that guy. Only he doesn't drink, but he is a party animal. But that's when you're gonna see the best stuff down on Fremont. And longer. Wow. Wow. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's from, well, Newburgh. He tells everyone on his channel, but Newburgh, which is like a suburb north of the Bronx there. Joseph, welcome back. Thank you for being here, buddy. Thank you for being there last night, too. Shout out to you and Tobin and Mike. Thank you guys so very, very much. Very grateful for all of you guys. So I know Sal is here. He will probably be doing the Sugar live stream, I'm guessing, later this evening. And my good friends there at Whiskey Liquor, so AJ the bartender is no longer there, and then the other one, Jasmine, she's leaving I think next week, so I don't know who we're gonna have for bartending down there anymore. That's the one thing about living in Vegas, right? These tourist towns, you never know how long someone's gonna stick around. And I think AJ went off to another opportunity for some place that was just opening up. It was expected to be pretty busy, so I hope he does well in his future endeavors there. And Jasmine is moving to, or she's actually gonna go attend Arizona State University. She used to be, of course, one of the acrobat girls there on Fremont Street. So she's spent a lot of her time, a lot of her life down on Fremont Street, both between that and working there at Whiskey Liquor. So quite a transition for her, for sure. So we'll see what kind of bartender we get there. You never know. That's the problem, right? With your bartenders in this town, or anywhere else, really. But especially here, it's so pronounced here. The issue with finding a good bartender, or even a good wait staff, where they don't just ignore you. That was Warm Springs Road there, by the way. We drove around a lot of eastern Henderson today. I do need to get out to the southwest again. I haven't done the southwest in a while, and I know that they've completed that bridge over to Jones at Blue Diamond Road, so that's a big deal. You used to have to go all sorts of funky ways to get around out there. Sal, welcome, buddy. I was just talking about you. What time are you coming down there? Because Sugar's on tonight. I believe they start at 11. Sal is an awesome guy. Please check out his channel. In addition to, actually 2 channels he's got. Cali Plains, Cali Drives, as well as Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, and my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. Right on. Yes, Sal. So I'll end up running into you a little bit later. Right on. That's cool. Thank you, Tobin. Excellent. And Mike, could you drop yours for Vids from Mike for me? We come up here to Sunset. Sunset's usually where we start the drive, but I had to get on the highway there. I was starting to run a little bit behind, and I'm like, oh, God. George, welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, awesome. Thank you, George. I always love hearing the locals' perspective because I wasn't born and raised here, so I know a lot of folks, they get on me and they're like, oh, so you don't know anything about the town. But I like hearing the perspectives from locals. I like hearing, they have so much a breadth of knowledge that I don't possess, and that's what I really value, and learning what I can from the folks that have lived here for a long time. My wife is born and raised here, so she's one of those 25%, right? They say only 25% of the population here is native born. And a lot of people end up moving away too. There is the world famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign right there in the median. You can see all the traffic parked here for everyone waiting to get their shot at the sign. The photo memory of a lifetime. There's Harley Davidson Las Vegas, and then of course the Pinball Hall of Fame right there. Really cool stuff. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Nice. Thank you, George. See, that's the kind of stuff I value. That's awesome. Very cool. That's very good to know. Yeah, I get a lot of folks that are like, oh, you don't know anything and stuff like that. And I'm like, help me. Help me learn. I want to learn. Cinnamon and I were actually talking about... Shannon, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Right on. Yeah, Cinnamon, my wife and I, we were talking about doing... I was going to maybe take like a one-day trip up to Reno and just do a drive around up there, maybe like Tahoe and Virginia City, that sort of thing. There's really not a whole lot to see up there other than Casino Row downtown, and then of course Tahoe. And you want to drive around. I think it's like 28 miles all the way around Tahoe, but it's like it takes forever because the traffic and you have a lot of pedestrian crosswalks and things of that nature. So it really does take some time to do that, but I would like to get up there and do that. I'd like to be able to add that. Because I had some folks this week actually ask, yeah, thanks, Tobin, yeah. They asked me this week if I could do like some other areas of Nevada. And I'm like, oh, well, sure. But the thing is, then I started to look into it, right? So like Elko, which is like 300 miles or whatever plus north of us, in the eastern part of the state, there's no direct flights. You have to go through Salt Lake in order to get over to Elko, if you can imagine that. You can't even fly within the same state. You got to fly out to somewhere else. And then you got to go to like Ely. Now, I know there's a huge state prison up there too, but I don't know what else there is up there. But again, no direct flights. So, but yeah, and I also wanted to get down to Carson and show you guys Carson as well, the state capital up there. But I was planning on trying to do like a 6 a.m. so I could flight to get up there by like 7:20 or whatever, rent a car and then just do some driving, and then get back to the airport like 9 p.m. Be exhausted, but that's all right. It's the journey, right? That's what we do. Is there a train museum? I don't know. That's a good question. That would be really cool to see. That would be really, really cool to see. There's the Luxor right there. Pyramidal splendor. Yeah, Sal is a really, really cool guy with some awesome content on his channel. If you're just joining us, my analytics say that I've got 88% of my viewers are new to the channel. So for my regulars, apologies to you guys if I repeat myself a lot of times. It's just because I'm thinking about, you know, the folks that may be new to the channel. And we have a lot of silent watchers as well, which I totally understand. I do the same thing. Especially when I'm watching on TV, because I don't want to be messing with the phone when I'm watching live stream on TV or something like that. So, but Big T was out late last night, huh? Yeah, you new viewers, right on. And Sal is right up there. Last I looked, I think I looked last night, because I like to monitor your progress and make sure that we can get you up to that threshold there. And you were right. You're in the 900s, right? For subscribers there on your channel. And once you hit the 1,000, then you can do super chats and stuff like that. You can't monetize because of the music and stuff, but certainly the drives and stuff that you do, minus the music, because I know sometimes you like to do your drives, like on the Cali Drives channel, you'll do them with the with some music playing in the background, which is fun. Sal knows his music, man. I tell you what, that guy, he's fun to party with. He's fun to hang out with. Slowly but surely, right on. Yes. Big T, yeah, it was funny, especially at like, I think Cinnamon and I watched until about 2 a.m. and then we went to bed. But yeah, so when they were hanging out there in front of remember that there was that one woman that was so inebriated she had to hang on to the railing there? Oh my goodness. And just watch the people watching and everyone out there dancing and stuff like that. And then then you see the Metro cops walk by and like, oh no, who's getting in trouble now? So this is the 4th of July weekend here on the Las Vegas Strip. Just took a look at the Statue of Liberty over there. The lion over here, huge, massive lion. And Steven from Not Leaving Las Vegas, I didn't know this. He pointed this out. So, and there is some good information for sure on his channel. Yeah, me too, Tobin. I hope she stayed down. I hope she was staying down there. I certainly hope she wasn't driving. She looked completely out of it. Unfortunately, I was like, my goodness. And she was down there by herself, because I'm like, oh, where are your friends? Aren't they like, isn't someone gonna try and help you move along? Because goodness. So we have Metro units over here, 2 of them, 3 of them. It's probably just to make their presence felt there. 9 fine Irishmen over there. So yeah, Steven was saying on Not Leaving Las Vegas, there's no water. There used to be water in the fountain with the lion out there in front of MGM. No more. The water's all gone. Same thing with the fountains outside at New York. Gone. That's a decision that I guess MGM made to cut back. But it really does take away from the experience. Especially when you have like Caesars, a competing property that has the fountains, and certainly Bellagio. But Bellagio, I believe Bellagio's still under the MGM portfolio. George, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Jorge. If it's Jorge, my bad. There was a fight at 2:15. Oh, man. Shoot. Yeah, when the music stops, that's when things really go downhill down there. When they start playing the music, that's when things get crazy on Fremont. I mean, usually 12 to 2, it escalates. Look at this guy. The insurance company would probably tell me that I should have let him in. Here's Harmon here. Really backed up there. And there is no pedestrian crosswalk here. Am I in the... Goodness. I'm out further than everyone else. But that's alright. Chile, right on. South America. Very cool. I went to school with some people from Chile. High school. Yeah, Tobin. That's why they have the cops positioned down there. And I know, like, he was down there on Thursday night too, and there were no cops. So I'm like, well, no, there's nothing going on, because if the cops aren't there, there's not going to be anything going on. But yeah, man. Last night I can imagine. Wow. It does. It gets crazy down there. And the concert there last night for Craig Morgan, again, I don't know whom that is. He's a country singer, but I guess it was really well attended. They had a lot of people down there, and sometimes the pictures they take are a little bit illusory, or they're like an optical illusion, because they take them from a vantage point. What they do is they have security down there, right? Oh, they ran to lock the door. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's wild. That's probably part of their safety protocol, right? Working there? Goodness. That's wild. And scary. I would want to go through all that. Oof. So we have Bubba Gump Shrimp Company over here on the right. And then Aria right over here on the left. I point the camera over there, but the sun is in the way. Yeah, that's crazy, Tobin. But Aria, again, made famous on social media because of the $26 bottle of water at the minibar inside one of their hotel rooms. $26 bottle of water. You pay for convenience in this town, but that is really up there. Get Cosmo way up there. As we approach Bellagio, right up here on the left. Yeah, so it's very deceiving with the camera angles down there because of security. They have security down there, and you have to go through the metal detectors and all that. So they have all these security gates up and stuff. And when they do that, oh, the sun is blocking it there. And when they do that, it really chokes off the crowd. So the crowd really has to pack in. I mean, you really have to stand very, very closely to the people all around you. Must be good. I know, right? It must be from the water boy. It's high quality H2O. Yeah, so happy Independence Day and a happy Independence Weekend to all of you that I didn't get to join last night. Appreciate you being here. My wife and I celebrated by watching Enrico Palazzo sing the national anthem. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Enrico Palazzo when he sang the national anthem, but it was in the movie The Unclothed... How did you say it before, Mike? The Unclothed Weapon? Leslie Nielsen, when he kidnaps the opera singer who's going to sing the national anthem there. And that version that Leslie Nielsen sings of the Star Spangled. There it is. That's the one. Right on, Mike. Yes. God, that was... What a movie. So many different... I mean, just a cast of characters they had back then. That movie was like back in, what, 86? It's going to be 40 years old next year. Wow. That's wild. Look at this traffic trying to get into Caesars over here. And, oh my goodness, you're out here with your family in the middle of the median? Wow. There's Harrah's there on the right. Yeah, and then so I also posted to Instagram, but anyone that didn't see that, it's Vegas Don 4747, a couple of really ridiculous receipts this week that came across. One of them was at, I think it was Hell's Kitchen. Some of the stuff on there was just ridiculously expensive. Someone else went to, oh God, what was it called? I think it was Johnny Rockets. And they had mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was $19. The soup was $18, if you can believe that. Just astounding. We drove right past the Hard Rock there. The sun was blinding us. Christopher, welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy. Christopher, I've been seeing you all over the place. You've been very active. Excellent. Are you here in town, Christopher? Nickland, exactly. Sal, and you know, it's funny, I mentioned this in one of my videos earlier today, driving around, that, you know, the cable companies, right? The cable companies have lost all sorts of business. So what did they do when they started losing a bunch of subscribers? They just jacked up the rates on all of those that remained. And that even as they continue to lose business, all they do is just keep jacking up rates on those that remain. I've talked to people in this town that have a $400 cable bill. That doesn't include internet. That's just their cable package. $400. A lot, yes. Absolutely, Jorge. Without a doubt. And so, yeah, they're just going to keep raising prices. And that's the same school of business it appears that these casino executives attended, because they're doing the same thing. The more you lose, the higher you raise the rates. And it's just, it's like Adam Smith and economic theory and all that on its head. Supply and demand and all that. Throw that out the window. But this next run here between this weekend and Labor Day, that's going to be huge. Yes, me too, Sal, exactly. Yeah, I haven't watched cable since 2016. Only in the fall, and I subscribe to, what's it called? Sling for NFL Red Zone, so that I can watch the NFL Red Zone package. I guess I should caveat that and say I do pay for ESPN too, just the one through their app, so that I can watch some basketball and baseball and hockey games too. But yeah, that's all I do. I haven't missed it. That's the thing. I used to watch the news a lot, like cable news, and I'd end up being so angry after watching the news, right? Now, which is probably not a good thing to be as an American, but you know, some of the stuff, they just infuriate you. That's how they keep you hooked for hours and hours at a time. Yeah, 51 people here. Please like and subscribe if you're new. We really appreciate you being here. Very, very grateful for all of you. Also, please check out Cali Drives and Cali Planes. And if one of my mods could drop that into the chat for me. I'm trying to make Sal a mod here, but it won't let me for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird. Huh. Because he's a mod on both the other channels. But Cali Drives, Cali Plains, as well as Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube, my wife's channel, and vids from Mike. Mike, could you drop your link once more? Happy Camper over here. Again, I've heard a lot about that place, but I haven't been in there yet. I know everyone's going crazy over Bottled Blonde right now. Oh, you are? Okay, cool. There we go. Thank you, Michael. And definitely drop vids from Mike as well for me, please. Resorts World over here on the left, where they've tried all sorts of different things to try and raise some revenue over here. Goodness knows what kind of financial condition these guys are really in, because they play games with the balance books, the balance sheets and stuff. And, you know, again, when a burger's 50 bucks or more, there's just a breaking point where people are like, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to go to the beach this weekend instead of Vegas. But again, this is a holiday weekend. It does look to be pretty packed in terms of the vehicular traffic we're seeing. I know a lot of times you'll see some of the other streamers down on the strip and it won't look that busy. And they'll point out that it's because of the big wide open spaces and big wide open sidewalks and stuff. I don't know, man. When I first started coming here, even those big wide sidewalks, those were still packed and jammed up. Genting rewards, honors. Let us serve you with honors. Active duty military, veterans, and first responders at Resorts World. What in the world? Yes, that's one of Sal's taglines right there. Thank you, Streamlabs. Oh, check this out. Here you go, Tobin. Rat Rod, huh? Self-charging EV? Really? He had to have built it himself. And it's a dually on the back, too, on top of that. Let me get behind him. You don't see that every day. If it's a EV, why is there a tailpipe? There's a tailpipe with you can tell there's smoke coming out. And the brake lights are not working, I guess. So we really have to keep an eye on him. So that, yeah, see, okay. So there's his fuel tank right there in the bed of the truck, right up against the cab. Why would you have self-charging EV? Unless you want, you know, to be able to park in certain places. It identifies, yes, I love it. That's right, absolutely, Sal. Right on. Hey, so Sal, did you see Peter from LA Flights? Those guys, man, they were out there a long time yesterday in LA, and now today they're at JFK in New York. They must have, like, taken the red eye and slept on the plane or something. Holy cow. I told my wife, I'm like, I don't know how they don't get burned out. Because that's a lot. Flying cross country and then doing another, you know, all-day stream. It's a lot of work. Very eccentric, yes. At least he has a tag on it. That's a good thing. Especially in this town. Oh, his brother. That's how they're doing it. Okay, okay. Oh, so they're getting double coverage that way. I gotcha. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, again, if you haven't watched... Oh, yeah, that's an EV. That's definitely an EV. That's totally normal to come out of an EV, right? That's so funny. God. Why would you even bother putting that on your car? It's like so weird. But it's gas powered though, it's not diesel. No, it didn't sound like a diesel, Quantum, but thank you. And thanks for being here. Extra smoky, yep. Yeah, it definitely sounded like a gas vehicle when he punched it. Sahara over here. On the right. I don't know how many of you saw the Spheres fireworks show, as they called it, last night. I was left a little bit wanting more. I thought they were actually going to have like fireworks on the screen and stuff, but there was like a lot of ads and stuff and weird like bubble things, and I don't know what they were doing. So if you want to ever want to walk between Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, this is the area you will be walking through right here. And Tobin, shout out to Tobin, the Aztec Inn. A lot of weird history about this building here, especially between it and its neighbor right here at the Strat, where they had some unexpected fires over the years. Or was it just the one time? Something like that. I know. Yeah, Sal. I was like, yeah. Usually back when I first moved here, they would do 15 minutes for the fireworks shows. Now I think it's like 8. They've like cut it in half or something. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, penny pinching everywhere. So now the only thing, really the best way to see fireworks is for those people that are buying them illegally, and to just watch them, from somewhere elevated so you can see them from all over town. A couple of fires, yeah. So there was something definitely going on there, huh? Between Stupak and his successor. It is, and I agree, Sal, absolutely. I remember growing up, they used to be like 30 minutes in Fort Lauderdale. We used to we would go to the beach and stuff, and they would set them off from barges out in the ocean, and it would be 30 minutes at least. 4th of July, 7p to 12a, 90s, 2000s throwback party, performing live, Young Jock, hosted by Jay Nice and friends. Young Jock, I think that's one of your favorites there, Tobin, right? There's the 50-foot showgirls right there. Yeah, it is the sweet spot, absolutely. I agree. So again, they're trying to rebuild this area. This is Main Street here, the Arts District, as it's been called for the last probably decade or more at this point. But they are trying to rebuild it and revitalize. It's not an easy task for sure. Oh, it sank. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, so Cinnamon and I, we both went on Pulse Point last night. If you're not familiar with Pulse Point, it's an app that shows you where the fire rescue people are, where those calls are and stuff like that, and who's been dispatched to that particular call. I think it's available in every city, but I don't know. But again, it's called Pulse Point, one word, PULSEPOINT. And we were looking at it last night here, and they were like all over the place. And Mike, you mentioned it last night. You said I wouldn't want to be a firefighter working tonight, because goodness, they were busy last night. 80 people here. Thank you guys so very, very much. Please like and subscribe. We really appreciate you being here. Very, very grateful for all of you. So we come up here to Utah Avenue here in the Arts District. Just south of downtown Las Vegas, you have some Clint Eastwood art there. Go ahead. Have a swell Saturday punks, it says there. So I need to be very, very careful with these parking lots now. After what I went through last weekend, I'm going to be very, very careful with these parking lots. But here's a little bit of Hollywood movie history right here for anyone who's new to the channel. And again, 88% of my analytics say that 88% of my viewers are new to the channel. So thank you guys for being here. And there is the mural for The Hangover 3, which was filmed right here, over off to the left. The guys walked across the street here, a la Abbey Road, a la the Beatles. And in fact, it's funny, I was on YouTube yesterday, and I noticed they actually have an Abbey Road live cam now for that crosswalk there in the UK. But yeah, that's really, really cool. They have these murals up here And those buildings that used to be here, you know how Hollywood does, they'll change the names of buildings and stuff like that around, etc. for to accommodate a certain scene or whatever in a movie. And there we go. And Nevada Brew Works over here on the left. And then I always like to point out Holstein's over here on the right, because Holstein's is really, really cool. If you've never been, you've definitely got to check it out. They used to be located in the Cosmo. Is it? No, it's the next block, I think. Yeah, 1200 something up here past Colorado. And someone wants a parking spot. G-Class there. G63, those things are expensive for some reason. There it is, there's Holstein's. 1216 South Main Street here in, well, south of downtown on Main Street. Antique Alley Mall. So you do have a lot of antique shops and stuff like that in here too, that you can do some really cool shopping and find stuff that you probably couldn't find anywhere else other than maybe eBay nowadays. This is Charleston Boulevard, major east-west artery here in town. We're gonna make a right. I did have a little bit of a letdown last night, in addition to the duration of the fireworks, and that was that for whatever reason on the 4th of July, Rick Harrison decided to go 10 bar at his bar there at the Pawn Plaza last night. But I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna try and pull that off. I'm just gonna do the live from here on this side of town, and I'm not gonna bother now. I'll wait for another weekend. But that was the first time I'd actually seen the post for whatever reason. Facebook's weird the way it works. I don't understand it. But yeah, he'll come in on Fridays at like 8 p.m. a lot of Fridays, and he will 10 bar. I missed him again, Tobin. Oh, I was like, man. And you know, parking, I'm sure the place would be packed. I'm sure the place would be absolutely packed. So I'd probably have to walk a good ways. Let's go ahead and get over in this lane. Bliss Wedding Chapel right there on the right. So again, this is going to be the area you're going to be walking through if you did ever try to decide walking the 2 miles or so between Fremont Street and Las Vegas Strip. And there's a pizza place in here that Big T likes to visit. I think it's at 600, so I think we just passed it. No, did we? No, we didn't. I think it's up here, but we're gonna make a right into here real quick because some more Hollywood TV history right here. My goodness, this place is dead. Look at this. Wow. Waxing Gibbous Moon up there. I don't know if that's coming out in the shot. But there is Pawn Plaza, opened up in 2015. Shout out to Mike and Tobin for helping me out with that one. And so his bar is right there where that balcony is there on the 2nd floor, facing Las Vegas Boulevard. His barbecue shop is right there beneath it. Really, really cool stuff. Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, 35th anniversary in 23, because they opened up. Now up there it says 88. So probably somewhere in there, probably like late 88, early 89 or something like that. And this security guy up on the 2nd floor, he's wearing a beanie. It looks like what Chumley would wear. They're going with a theme or something. But here it is, the original building. No pub crawler, yes. Not right now. Very, very cool stuff. 83 people here. Thank you guys so very much for being here. We do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Dawn channel. Glitz and the glam of the Las Vegas Strip, as well as all areas around town. Yeah, where is that pub crawler? Go ahead and make a wide swing out here. And there is the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. The front doors, the facade of which was prominently featured in many Pawn Stars episodes. Really, really cool stuff. And then a dispensary over here on our right. But those guys are going to, I think they're probably outside of that 1,500-foot range from Fremont Street. Okay, there, is that it? That must be it right there. 6 something. Pizza and Wings. That's the place right there that Big T goes. What's the name of it, though? Steve Gonzalez, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. How are you? Thank you so very, very much. Look at this. There's like no traffic here. Paula, welcome. Thank you for being here. Sal's going to be live tonight, Paula. He'll be down here on Fremont in a little bit. Oh, there he is. Right on. Very cool stuff. There's the federal courthouse right here at the corner of Clark and Las Vegas Boulevard. That tall building there on the right. Oh, very cool. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Cali Drives. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. That means everything to me. Thank you. Really, really cool. Motel Inn right here. Golden Inn Motel. Okay, so I read it wrong. It was upside down. Or I guess it's backwards. Something like that. Apache Motel sign there. These signs are, of course, from a hail from a previous era here in Old Vegas. Lachardo, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And guys, again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Also, please check out Cali Drives, Cali Plains, vids from Mike. And if my moderators could drop those mods once more for me, I really appreciate you guys. As folks rotate in and out into the stream. Yes, Glenn. And in fact, before I answer that, I'm going to let Sal, who is in here, answer. I want to hear his opinion about it. So Sal, did you see that comment, buddy? So this used to be a Guinness glass right here on the corner, but if you've followed the channel for a while, you know driving by that whatever they were using up there, wrap was all peeling off and stuff. Now it is supposed to be, I guess, kind of a juice type thing or something up there. I don't know what they're doing. Iced tea and vodka. So it's probably some sort of branded promotion. Are they open? Yeah, they're usually open. Oh, are you talking about Legacy Club? Because Legacy Club is definitely open, yeah. I think Hennessy's is still open, yeah. I'm going to go up here to Stewart. I'm not going to go into the parking lot at Mob Museum anymore just because it feels like bad juju in there, right? Maybe the mobsters got upset and they're like, get this guy out of here. We don't want the likes of you coming around here no more. I can't do it justice, though. Cinnamon does awesome mob voices. So this is 4th Street right here. There's the Mob Museum right there on the right. And it is, that used to be the U.S. Post Office here in downtown Vegas. And then it also used to be the federal courthouse. And so a lot of history in that building. Of course, now it is the aforementioned Mob Museum. $8 to park in there for 4 hours. That was another thing last week. I couldn't tell if that guy that backed into me had been drinking, but it's probably a good possibility. I wasn't going to try and, you know, smell his breath or anything, but there you go. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. But they have this great mural in there that I used to like to show. And apologies for the sun. I'll get it out of your way here in just a second. But this is Casino Center Boulevard, which intersects Fremont Street and the Fremont Street Experience right down here a block away. Or 2 blocks away, I should say. I'll go ahead and get over here and get out of the sun. There we go. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, VegasDon4747. I post some things from around town, like that $19 plate of macaroni and cheese and other things that I find from around town up on there that I don't necessarily put up here. But we do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Don channel, so please like and subscribe. Really, really grateful for all of you. There's the California right there, looking a little bit dated maybe with those colors and stuff. I don't know. It looks like a 7-Eleven, right, with the pink, purple, or whatever that is, green, orange, and red. Looks like a 7-Eleven kind of. This is the Garage Mahal over here on the right. So that's a good question, Steve. I don't know. I don't think so. On their website that said no filmography. It said you could take as many pictures as you want, but no filmography or videography. There is Fremont Street Experience, at least the west end of it right there. There's a happy couple right there. 1, 2, 3, aw. Let's go ahead and get over. And we'll make this left here onto Carson. Yeah, so the Legacy Club, definitely a must. You've got terrific views up there. Last time we inspected it and checked it, Tobin was instrumental in that investigation. Thank you, Tobin. It was $16 for a beer up there, so be prepared for that. But the views are amazing, and it's the tallest building in the city of Las Vegas. Tallest building, of course, here is going to be the Strat. The 108 floors of the Strat there. So make this right. And come up here. It is still only, it's a bargain now. Because inflation just keeps rising every day. It's only $50 still to park here. Oh my goodness. Only 50 bucks. Really, 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 just wow. Yeah, it is. I love it. I love the Legacy Club. It is amazing up there. And oh, and then of course they have the. How many ounces is it, Tobin or Sal? Either one of you remember? Was it 100 ounces or something of gold? Something like that they have on display there in this big lit display, and they show you the value of the whole case based upon the closing price of gold the prior day on the stock exchange. When we were there in February, I remember it was like $2.3 million or something, and now it's up to like $3-point-something million. Gold is where it's at. Although I don't know what you can do with it, right? Like, I guess they use it in like electronics and stuff. But gold has been, you know, a valuable asset for. They did awesome, good. I'm glad they got up there. Thanks, Paula. Yeah, it's really something else. I definitely recommend it. If you have, especially if you're just visiting, or if you live here and you have visitors in from out of town or something. Definitely take them to the Legacy Club. It's at least worth the walkthrough. Now that's a great question, Glenn. Can never go wrong with gold. Absolutely, Steve. Yep. You see me, Sal. Right on. Right on. Yeah, so I'm going to defer to anyone that might know the answer to that, Glenn, because I don't. I haven't tried any of those three. But I have heard, and Big T in LV here on YouTube also mentioned that the steak and, or not, oh no, I'm sorry, it was the lobster tail. That's what it was. The lobster tail was the size of both of his thumbs together. That special deal that they do there. But this is the Fremont Street Experience right here in front of us. You can see the crowds on this 4th of July weekend walking right here in front of us at 6:25 p.m. Pacific. It's very mild right now. You don't see a lot of inebriated folks running around doing inebriated things of that nature. But there it is, the Fremont Street Experience. Legacy Club down there inside the Circa on the 36th floor, but they'll put 1,000, that's what it was, 1,000 ounces. Nice. 1,000 ounces. Goodness. Whew. You could literally live in that building, guys. It's got the sports book on the ground. Well, you know, there's 3 levels there as soon as you walk in. It's got stadium swim. You can go up there and swim and watch the game. You won't miss the game up there either. And you can just go up and you know, when it's time for bed, just go to bed upstairs at the Legacy Club. See the lights of the city up there. You could literally live in that building full time. And of course he wants to build another one. Derek Stevens, his name, is the owner of the Circa. He wants to build the Circa 2. And I was going to mention that too on this video. I'm glad I remember that. So last night there was a drone show somewhere here around town. I saw it on Facebook. And one of the drone presentations was of, it said Mayor Shelley Berkeley. And I had to laugh. I had to laugh to myself. I was like thinking, what is your most, you know, what are your top 3 accomplishments as mayor? Why do you deserve to have your name in a drone show, right? Excellent. Thank you, Tobin. Very cool. Shout out to my mods. Thank you guys so very, very much. Here is a pair of 2s. A pair of deuces. The deuce that runs in between the bus here on the right, that runs in between the Strip and Fremont Street here. $8 for a 24-hour pass on the Deuce. Nice, thank you, Steve. Excellent, I'm just catching up. There, so this man on the horse right here in front of us, guys, this used to be out in front of the Hacienda Hotel Casino until '96, at which time they decided they wanted to tear it down and put in the Mandalay Bay, or Mandalay Bay. This is the Fremont East District. So if you've been here for the early part of the chat, Tobin was talking about another streamer here that was out here last night. If you're reading this, that means you aren't inside enjoying a nice cold beer. We are open, it says there at Evil Pie. And it sounds like it was a madhouse out here last night on the Fremont East District here in downtown. There's El Cortez over there, open since 1941. It's been in operation. November of 1941. A month before Pearl Harbor. There's a Corvette. Little red Corvette at that. There's the show bar. That's their new expansion there on the east end of their property. There is Container Park right there on the left with the praying mantis. Not a whole lot of folks out here right now. Of course, the temperature might have something to do with it. Car says it's 117 degrees. I don't know that I agree with that, of course, but because that's taking into account all the heat coming off. It was crazy. I know, yeah. Even before we logged off, I was like, wow. It's wild out there tonight. They were making up for Thursday night, I think, with everything going on down here. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving is not for you. And then you have these containers over here that say beautiful. And then you kind of transition into a different part of town here. Yeah, Sal actually gave everyone great advice in an earlier live stream. He said, don't go past the pink slipper, which we passed a while back there. You don't want to go past the pink slipper. Again, very good advice. There's Ferguson's right here. I'll pull over real quick and show you guys Ferguson's. And there she is. Big rig jig right there. Art exhibit. Pretty cool stuff. You can shop, drink, and gather. So this used to be like a motel of some sort, but now they've made it like a meeting center of with different businesses under that roof. So very cool stuff. I think they're tankers. Actually, Steve, I think they're supposed to be tankers, hauling like gasoline or something. But again, not something you see every day. That's for sure. And it looks like, wow, someone may have gotten up there at the very top of it and actually cleaned off the tires, because the tires at the very top had pigeon crap all over them. And so that you could see the little spikes. I don't know if those are coming out in the video, but there's little spikes up there that they put up to keep pigeons off the roofs and all that. Oh, speaking of which, there's one in the second wheel well right there, taking up residence. 100 viewers. Thank you guys so very, very much. Really appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Very, very grateful to all of you. This dude's out here again. So I guess he just, when he's bored, he comes out here and just parks up on the sidewalk. Here, check out my car. My Rambler. I think that's a Rambler, right? Obi-Wan, welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy. Excellent. So, Steve, you have a YouTube channel? I'm just catching up. You have a YouTube channel? Los Gables Court right here on the left. Someone commented and said that I should go in there and say hi. I'm like, I didn't think anyone was in there. Doesn't look like it's in operation right now. Not to me, at least. Fremont Market slots. You fry, we buy. I mean, you buy, we fry, rather. Other way around. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Steve, absolutely, brother. Go ahead. Absolutely. Go ahead and drop it for me. Especially the aviation stuff. I love that stuff. Goes back to my childhood and L-1011s and DC-10s and 727s. Oh, and then the Wayne Newton, right? I don't know. I don't think that video posted yet, but I did a video driving by Wayne Newton's Shenandoah, at least the former Shenandoah that he used to have. So we come up here to Bruce Street. He has a plane sitting on that property, right up against Sunset, right up against the north end of the property there, up against Sunset Road. That plane, I've been told, was a Fokker, F-O-K-K-E-R, F-28, which I know Piedmont Airlines used to use back in the day, in addition to some other airlines. But Piedmont especially made heavy use out of the Fokker, F-O-K-K-E-R. Not to be confused with the Ben Stiller movie series, that is. But then that's a FOC, I believe, so. But yeah, so there's a plane on the property there. They said they disassembled it and reassembled it there, and it was part of a museum tour that they had with folks going in there and stuff. Yes, old school planes, absolutely. Right on. Absolutely. I'm all for cross promotion, and folks, honestly, I've always said we are all stronger together. And I absolutely believe in that. We are all stronger together. Because not all of us is live streaming at the same time, or, maybe at the, you're watching something and that person hasn't put out a new video in the last couple of days and you want to see something else. By all means. And plus, for me, in a little way, it's part of my campaign, my own personal campaign, to get you guys away from cable television. You don't need to pay for cable TV. Watch YouTube instead. There's a ton of content on YouTube. There is the original Blue Angel Motel sign. She's turning there. I hope that's coming out in the video. But she turns side to side there, probably 45 degrees-ish, left to right. But they restored it, Blue Heaven Lounge. And they've done that with a lot of these old signs down here. A lot of the old Vegas type of signs. When they have destroyed the property, they went ahead and decided they would go ahead and restore the sign and put it somewhere to kind of help folks remember the beginning of what Vegas used to be. Yes, right on, Tobin. And it's really cool, and it's unfortunate that it's here at this corner. It's Fremont and Charleston. Fremont becomes Boulder Highway on the other side of Sahara down there. It is, yeah. I love it, Tobin. And I wouldn't have known about it had you not pointed it out to me. Because you've been so instrumental in the growth of this channel, Tobin. You guys are all my mods. Thank you guys so much. Paula, Sal, Tobin, Mike, Cinnamon, but she's not here right now. Very, very grateful for all of you. Oh, here comes a Metro unit in an F-150. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'll be going all the way over. I'll go up here and make a U-turn. No illegal lane changes for me right now. Yeah, Great Scott, absolutely. I agree. I love it. I love it. I just wish there was still some of it around. You know, like in action. Like, I mean, there's a piano bar kind of thing at the Bellagio, which is really cool, playing like old, you know, 50s and 60s Vegas type music. And you'll find a few of those spots sporadically, but they're hard to find, and you know, I mean, you really have to be looking for them. And then if you do a search for old Vegas-y type of stuff, you know, it'll bring up everything, because they know that's what people want. And so, you know, they all get on Google and stuff, and the companies, the corporations are like, okay, we're gonna put in search words for this and this and this. So this is East Fremont Street right here. Don Tortaco. Here next to AutoZone and Meineke. We'll make a right once more. Head back westbound here on Fremont. And apologies for the sun once more. It is that time of day, of course. Nice, thanks, Paula. Yeah, so Christopher, drop your link, would you? I want to help out my fellow YouTubers. And also, please, if you're able to, we're going to live stream Alter Ego. They live stream also on Facebook, and I saw that tonight their regular live streamer is not available or whatever, so I posted on their Facebook page for Alter Ego. I said, Vegas Don will be down there on YouTube. So, hopefully you guys will be able to join me for that. I'm going to try and start as soon as they go live. That's typically like 8:10-ish Pacific PM, obviously PM, but 8:10 Pacific here, 11:10 Eastern, right after the light show, the Katy Perry themed light show. Very, very grateful for all of you. Before I sign off for this version of the live stream, at least this iteration of it, please drop Cali Drives, Cali Plains, Vids from Mike, Cinnamon and Jupiter, as well as Steve and Christopher. Please drop your links for anyone who may be silently watching. Please check out these folks. Really, really awesome content, especially Vids from Mike. I mean, Vids from Mike is fantastic stuff with the drone and the especially the weather time lapse and stuff. That is really cool stuff, guys. I really enjoy it, and I think you would too, especially if you're into aviation, because he'll do some plane spotting too from the drone up there. He has not reported any pilots flying and illuminating any lights in the cockpit on any of the drone videos yet. But that's what they do on Sal's channel. The pilot's flying in or out. They'll flash a little light in the cockpit. And the viewers love it. That's cool stuff. Oh, we got someone in the crosswalk. Are you gonna do it, or? Okay. Excellent, thank you so much. Yeah, Mike, that would be cool. If someone flying by flashed a little light up there. Well, you probably wouldn't be able to see it from that distance, but maybe if it was dark. But again, very, very grateful for you guys. Tony, yes, absolutely. I forgot about Is Tony here? Shoot, I'm sorry. My bad. Welcome, Tony. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to stay extra vigilant this week because of what happened last week. So I'm on edge. I'm like trying to make sure no one's backing up into me. This is Maryland Parkway here, another major north-south artery here in town. This dude with the Rambler up here again on the right, hanging out. I guess waiting for photo ops or something. So we passed by Ferguson's and the Big Rig Jig right here again on the right. Very cool stuff. Probably needed a hug, but money bought waist beads here instead. That sign said out in front of that little boutique store. Oh, he's not here. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tony. No problem. Yeah, I love Tony. Tony's really, really cool. Everyone is. I mean, I honestly, I love this. I love being able to do this with you guys. I love your comments on the videos. I love your chats. It's really, really fun. I really enjoy it. There's that pink slipper that we mentioned earlier that you pretty much don't want to go past. So Container Park over here on the left, you don't want to go past that either. So again, guys, thank you so very, very much for joining. We will be live again right after 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 Eastern. Very, very grateful to all of you. We could not do this without you, so a heartfelt thank you from all of us. We love you. Thank you so very, very much, you guys. Thanks, Brother Mike. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Snake Pit, welcome. Thank you. Hopefully you're able to join. I appreciate you, Snake Pit. Excellent. Thank you, Brother Christopher. I'll see you guys hopefully later.